Malta's history is an enthralling one. UNESCO has described it as one of the most concentrated historic areas in the world, and a particularly fascinating period is that of the Knights. Francis Vassallo has offered to teach me more. It'll be my very first encounter with a real-life knight.
Tuitio Fidei, observum pauperum, which means defend the faith and fight and help the poor. Fight, help the poor and the sick. So that is what our mission is today. We're no longer a fighting armor, a fighting order. We are a religious, hospitable order. This is the palace of the Grand Master, which today is the palace of the President of the Republic of Malta. It was built obviously as the palace of the Grand Master immediately after the foundation of Valletta in 1566. It also became the seat of the British, and the governor representing the Queen of England was here. So this was the office of the governor, with all the palace of the governor, with the state throne, state rooms, dining rooms and all. This room is the official, or was rather, the official dining chamber of the order, and it's, as you can see on top here, is the painting of the Queen of England. She was the Queen of Malta when Malta became independent in 1964 until 1974. Now this is the state room. This is the official state room.
This is magnificent.
And here we have the beautiful frescoes,
yes,
which depict exactly the siege of Malta. And all the texts were surrounding Fort St. Angelo. We were talking about over 40,000 texts with a complement of Maltese, including knights, Maltese and mercenaries. We're talking about 9,000, so 42 against 9,000. And this was what's called the Great Siege of Malta. Once again, decorated with the frescoes up above depicting of the Knights of Malta. And here we're talking about, if you see, come inside a bit here, you can see in here, you can see also the battle of the text in the various scenes of the knights during the battle, the detail, the painting, yes. And it's all depicting the battle, the great battle of Malta. And I must repeat, people refer to it as a normal battle. It is a great battle because thanks to this battle, in 1565 Europe remained Christian, okay? Because otherwise the Ottoman Empire would have overwhelmed the whole European continent. The Maltese flag was white and red, just white and red. It derives from Count Roger, okay, the Norman. Count Roger, the Norman, who protected Malta, who came to Malta way back in 800, to oust the Moorish domination of Malta. His flag, Count Roger, was a checkered white and red flag. And he gave us a part of the checker, the red and the white, which became our flag. After the war, in 1942, when we were awarded the George Cross as a nation, it was the only nation being awarded the George Cross for gallantry, then we put the George Cross on our flag. Okay? But the original flag was red and white, and then on the top left-hand side now we have the George Cross as part of our flag. We are at the Upper Baracca Gardens. These were the gardens built by the Knights of Malta for them to have their own leisure. We are here overlooking, and we'll be overlooking, the great Grand Harbour of Malta, which is, number one of the largest natural grand harbours in the world, which is why Malta was sought for by every authority in the Mediterranean in those days. From the Phoenicians, Carthaginians, Romans, Greeks, the Arabs, here, and then subsequently then the Knights of Malta came here, and then after that the French took over, and then the British for 165 years, and all because of this grand harbour. My mother was born in Gibraltar. She was the daughter of Biagio d'Amato. When the Spanish Civil War had started, obviously my grandfather sent my mother with her two sisters, sent them to Malta because he had relatives, family in Malta. And on the ship coming from Gibraltar to Malta, she met my father, who was coming back from Oxford University. When we look at any heritage in the world, you always look, like you're looking at buildings, you look at the past, what the Knights built for Malta. Gibraltar for me is my past, and therefore I cherish my past, I honor my past, and I welcome my past, and Gibraltar brings me very, very nice memories, and because it is basically the foundation of my family.
Mario, Malta's history is rich, long, and incredibly varied. But let's focus for the minute on Gibraltar and Malta, the links it shares, its similarities.
What I would call two mistakes of history, because both are very small, both have their own identity, Gibraltar and Malta, and if you consider things as they are, they shouldn't really exist.
Yes.
But we exist, we are thriving, and of course, we need to work more in order to accentuate our individuality, but also our commonality. And besides the fact that there are so many Maltese in Gibraltar now, which are a direct result, of course, of British naval policy, its expansion in the Mediterranean and its building of the dockyard. Many Maltese reached Gibraltar specifically for that job, and then they stayed on.
Yes.
The first occasion when I came to Gibraltar, and I went into Main Street, I said, well, this is like being a Valletta, in Main Street Valletta. It's almost identical. The colors of the flag are the same, and the complexion of people is essentially the same. And then there were other surprises.
Let's talk a little bit about the 100-ton gun, because that's quite significant. There is one in Gibraltar, and then there's one behind us there.
Yes.
The only two in the world.
Indeed. You are luckier, because your gun is more complete. You still have a complete Rema, because these guns were the first in history to rely on a mechanical setup for their operation. They were too heavy to be worked by hand.
Yeah.
So obviously, William Armstrong, who was also the inventor of the hydraulic accumulator, amongst many other things, applied hydraulic mechanics, steam-driven hydraulic mechanics, in order to traverse this gun, lift the ammunition to the gun from underground, and also ram it home. And all of that could be done in just 6 minutes. Imagine, you're talking about the 1880s, when everyone still relied on his feet and on his arms to do anything in life, you know, or perhaps on, you know, the air horse.
Yeah.
Whereas in these batteries in Gibraltar and Malta, you had essentially the most advanced war machines that existed.
We're 1,000 miles from comfort. We have traveled land and sea, but as long as you are with me, there's no place I'd rather be.
St. Julian's and Patcherville are Malta's nightlife hotspots. The hedonistic party crowd have claimed this little bay, and right in the heart of it you can find Pepino's. This restaurant offers spectacular views, as well as a mouth-watering menu. But perhaps its most enticing attraction is its clientele.
Tony, in the last 22 years working in one of those popular restaurants in Malta, I would imagine you've got some great stories to tell.
Well, I mean, at one stage, Peppino's was like a little mini Hollywood. We had 3 great films in Malta: Gladiator, Troy, and U-571. And they were filmed in Malta around about 2000, 2001, something like that. And we used to have all the film stars coming here for dinner in the evening. And it was really, really interesting. We've had John Bon Jovi here, Russell Crowe, Matthew McConaughey's been here, Joaquin Phoenix, and many, many more. I mean,
Brad Pitt, I would imagine.
Yes,
from
I
Troy.
forgot Brad Pitt, you know, and he was a really, really nice guy.
Today, gonna be the day.
Joseph Caruana. 7 sisters and 4 brothers. And all the brothers, we used to do pastizzi. We have shops all over Malta, which they are called Maxims. Now it's me and my brother John, that's still alive. And our children, they look after the shops. Now I've been doing pastizzi the last 50 years now. That was when I started my first shop.
This is Tyrone Caruana, very Gibraltarian name, and he's showing me how to make the pastizzi.
Yes, pastizzi with ricotta filling.
Pastizzi with a ricotta filling, and this is the traditional.
Yes, it's the traditional way, yes.
So you make like a cup with a pastry?
Yes.
And is that just ricotta cheese, or is it mixed with anything?
Ricotta and eggs.
Ricotta and eggs.
You can see from here, I'm his father.
Oh, hello, I'm Paula. Pleased to meet you.
I'm Joe.
Hi, Joe. Thank you. Joe Caruana.
Yes, yes.
We have a few
It
Joe
comes-
Caruanas in Gibraltar.
Yeah. You see this? This
Yes.
comes flaky. You see these lines on the pastry?
This is how the pastry has been worked beforehand, before
Yes.
kept in the fridge?
Yes, that's it, yeah. That's the old traditional way of pastizzi. We start from here, okay?
Okay, so I'm putting...
Slowly to the side, okay? From the middle to the side.
Tyrone makes it look easy. Believe me, it's anything but.
Just put a bit like that.
Okay, wait, I'm getting there. It'll be my first time making pastizzi.
Then you turn it around,
Okay,
like that.
and I put it in like that?
Let me show you. No, put your finger like this.
Okay. Oh, like
Put the filling inside.
like, okay. Okay, and then you flip
One
it
on
over.
top of the other, yes. One on
Okay,
top.
I don't think it looks...
And put it there.
Yeah.
Slide it in.
It's not as good as yours. Well, look, I tried. What can I say? It's the first time.
I'm up all night to the sun. He's
Time for my favorite part, the tasting. The pastizzi is one of Malta's most famous culinary inventions, and people here eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Pastry and pies are very big in Malta. Stand still for long enough and they'll cover you in it and stick you in the deep fryer.
Which is your favorite?
Mine are the piselli because they are filled with peas and bacon. There's a little bit bacon in it. It's very tasty, the piselli, delicious. I suggest you to try one as well.
Okay.
You want one?
I will try one as well.
Okay, I give you one piselli.
Which is this one?
There you go. There's the
Thank you.
piselli.
It's flaky and it's incredibly crispy. It's delicious. And the cheese is all crumbly inside.
I was scared of dentists and the dark.
Takali Farmers Market is renowned for its quality produce, and the islanders journey from all around to buy their fruit and veg here. It also gives me the chance to sample some of the more traditional dishes, an opportunity I wasn't going to pass up.
Wow, thank you. Cheers, thank you.
Very nice. Good local melon. Watermelon. Small one, but it's very, very good.
It is very good. Okay, I'll take a watermelon and a melon. I was walking by this stall and I could see everybody queuing up, and a lot of them, the fruit and veg sellers were coming here for their own lunch. They're now packing up. They've been here since about 4 or 5 in the morning, and I could see them all queuing up and having their lunch here. And I asked what the specialities were. Snails was the best seller. In fact, she's just given me the last plate that she had. They are absolutely delicious. She explained to me they're brought to her by a gentleman, a farmer who lives in the countryside, and she handpicks them one by one to make sure that they're alive. She cooks them in, and she said, some butter and salt and lemon, and then she creates this brown sauce. It's delicious. It's got some tomato. It's semi-sweet, not like the snails that we have back home with the almond base. Very good. Mary Rose rests here in contented peace and stands guard in times of a gentler riposte. Her fellow birds, whose bravest battles ceased, vanished when they were burned, bombed, shattered, and lost. Look upon this scene and let your mind dream of loves and futures together anew. And remember the debt to the plains and all those that perished, who gave their futures for you. This last verse in a poem entitled Our Mary Rose is dedicated to this Spitfire, and it perfectly exemplifies and describes the feelings one gets when you walk into this memorial. When I first walked in, I mistook it for a military graveyard. I was wrong. In here there is a feeling of peace and honor.
Leo Starfach has promised me a special treat. We're in the Busquet Gardens for the celebration of an ancient festival.
The tradition of this has been going for ages, you know, since the time of the Knights. This is the Eve of St. Peter and St. Paul, so 28th of June.
And St. Peter and St. Paul are the
Peter's
patron saints of Malta.
Well, actually, I would say so.
Yes.
We've got a lot of saints. St. Gregory, St. Publius was the first Maltese saint, they say.
Very nice to be in a forest. We
small
haven't
forest.
seen
Actually,
a lot
that's
of
the name.
green
That's
whilst
the
being
name of
here.
the Boschetto. Boschetto is a little forest, which Grandmaster Verdala, who built the palace up here, erected this for his hunting pleasure, you know, those days. And now it's the president's palace. This is the festival now down here.
Il Menar,
Imnaria.
Imnaria.
In Maltese we call it Imnaria.
Something smells wonderful.
It's the dates. All sorts of gems and honeys. You know, honey rings.
The honey rings, okay.
They do
And
them
that is
quickly.
ricotta.
Yeah, that's why he's going to do the al-jismu for the cannoli.
The cannoli. So this is ricotta cheese and it's just cheese or what's...
No, ricotta cheese. Yeah.
Done with honey, sugar obviously. Then you've got
candied fruit.
Candied fruit, almonds inside. You've got pieces of chocolate.
Wow.
Even the
I think I've certainly come to the right place. This is amazing. We have to learn how to make these back home. Leo, would you like some cannoli?
No, thanks. No sweet for me.
These are the wines in Gozo.
This is Actoritas, Malet. This is a special wine.
The grapes. That is a special wine?
Yes, it's a special wine. Dock, you know. This is a dock wine.
Do you want the tasting?
Please.
And you let her go. Staring at the bottom of your glass, hoping one day you'll make a dream last. But dreams come slow and they go so fast. You see it when you close your eyes. Maybe one day you'll understand why everything you touch surely dies.
The Limnaria festival casts its spell on me. The sights, sounds and smells envelop me and enthrall me. They fill me with joy and wonder. I am appreciative of the Maltese appreciation of all things earthy and holistic. They may be deeply religious, but their celebration of Mother Earth and its glorious abundance is pagan. Malta is getting under my skin.
That is beautiful. Are these rabbits?
They origin from a convent in France. Daw il-patrijiet f'konvent.
This rabbit feels like it's like a powdery cotton wool. It's incredible. It's a very different fur. They come from France. Are these rabbits used for food as well?
They use them for food and as well for the coat.
For the fur, the coat is used.
Export coat to Russia for the head.
Oh, when you see them like this, they're too cute. When you see the little bunny rabbit like this, that's enough to put you off eating it.
No.
No. It tastes too good with wine and garlic.
When I see them, I only see them fried with garlic and wine.
Even when they're that small and cute.
Cottage industries of the past, we call them nowadays.
Yes. And it's a pity because some of these are beautiful.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, these carpets and these blankets, the top one and that one there with the cream
They're
and the
very
green.
cozy, you know, because it's real sheep's wool, no nylons, no synthetic material in them.
That is a magnificent bird. I've never seen anything like it.
Pheasants.
Look, Leo, look at this pheasant. It's
Pheasants,
beautiful. And hundreds of different types of chicken. I didn't even know they existed. Wow. We're spoiled for choice here because the selection of food on offer is incredible and it all smells delicious. I was torn between the stew and the pig, but really I can't pass it up. It has to be the pig.
Baked potatoes. Okay.
Food dance happening. Leo, I'm really excited about this. Look at Leo's face. It's wonderful, isn't it? Right, I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to eat.
Perfect. This is amazing. This is something I'm getting very excited about. The stuffing is incredible. I don't know what's in it,